Buddy, I recently wrote a blog post on encouraging people to get vaccinated. It's a tricky subject, right? Of course, everyone has that right to determine what goes into your body. At the same time, you're trying to encourage as many people as we can to get vaccinated, so you get that group effect of the vaccination and stopping the spread of COVID. So I was thinking, this all came about because I was giving a talk to a group of CFOs, actually, in Silicon Valley. And I knew this was a topic of interest to them. And so I thought, I'll just go back to some of the research on misinformation and draw from that maybe an approach you would take to, sort of just develop that encouragement, a story-based approach. And I guess the key thing that came from me sort of going back to that research is that key point is that you can't beat a story with just the facts, right? You can only beat a story, the story that someone has in their head, with a better story. And it's because we love things to be a complete sort of whole item, and the story is that. It's complete. If you try to just pull out one bit and go, oh no, that's not true, or that's not how it works, we can fill it up or even just ignore it and stick with the old story. You've got to come along with this better story. And so when there's that out there, that's one of the tactics. There's other tactics that I mentioned in the blog post, but that's one of the big ones. So really love to hear your thoughts on that, and leave them in the comments as you see fit. The other part is just this idea that should you really be mentioning the name of the sort of, we call them an anti-story? Should you really be bringing that up? Doesn't that just get into people's heads? Well, these researchers also discovered, that was their first thought, by the way, that might be this case. But when they tested it, they found that actually mentioning the story that people have in their minds, the misinformed story, was a good way to build rapport, make a connection, also recognise just what people are thinking of. It's just you being empathetic, and then once you've done that, is to share the complete and better story, right? And when I say better, it's this, the story that is backed by the science of what is supposed to happen when these things occur, right? I know that sounded pretty vague, didn't it, when I said that, but I'm trying not to give away too much that's in the paper, in the blog post, and and point to a couple of the references in there as well. So have a look. Love to know what your thoughts are. Of course, it holds true for any misinformation that's happening in an organisation. So don't just think about it from the perspective of vaccination. Think about it in terms of change that's occurring and the stories that come back as a result of that. So all the best. We'll talk soon.